In this example, we have a solution of a strong and concentrated acid, which is monoprotic. We know that this solution has a concentration of 7.67 times 10 to the minus 3 mole per cubic decimeter. And we want to know what is the pH of this solution. So what do we have? What is known? We know it's a strong acid. What does that mean? Well, it means that the acid almost completely dissociates into a proton and the corresponding base. So if we just simply write HA, which symbolizes our acid, we know that since it is a strong acid, it almost completely dissociates, and I write it like that, there's hardly anything going back, into the protons and the corresponding anion, in this case the base. So for each mole of acid that we have, for each mole we would get almost the same amount of moles of protons when we put this acid into water. That is what strong means. And concentrated means that it is fairly concentrated. Monoprotic means that it can only deliver one proton per molecule of acid. So with all this information, we can write down the equation for our pH. So we know that the pH is defined as the negative logarithm to the base of 10 of the proton concentration. And I write it like that, proton concentration. Now, this proton concentration is basically, really almost identical, and I indicate it with this squiggly line, to the original acid concentration, because the acid almost completely dissociates into the proton. And we now can just simply use this and replace in the pH equation, we can replace the proton concentration just simply with the acid concentration, like that. And this is now very easy to calculate. So the pH is negative log to the base of 10 of the acid concentration, that is 7.67 times 10 to the minus 3. We cannot write any units in the log, but we know that the definition for the pH is that this proton concentration has to be given as mole decimeter to the minus 3, or you can write it as mole per liter, or very often you also find it abbreviated with a capital M. So our pH equals the negative logarithm of the acid concentration, and if we put that into a calculator, we will get pH equals 2.115. So this is how you would do the calculation for a strong and concentrated acid. I hope this makes sense, and thank you very much for watching.